Let us now explore properties of parallelogram, and based on these properties we are going to solve a couple of questions in this video. Share with you some of these which we are going to take up. Now, before getting into the solution of these questions, let us really understand what are the properties of parallelogram which we are going to explore. So let me sketch one parallelogram here. The opposite sides are parallel. So we can draw a parallelogram like this. Let's label A, B, C, and D. Let me also sketch the diagonals A to C and B to D. So, as you know, the opposite sides are parallel. So we have AB is parallel to DC. So this sign, two lines, they indicate parallel. Similarly, AD is parallel to BC. So therefore, it is called parallelogram. Now, even the opposite sides are equal. So what I'm trying to say is that DC and AB are equal. So we can write AB equals to DC. And the side AD and BC are also equal. So AD equals to BC. Can you tell me some more properties of this parallelogram? One interesting thing is that the diagonals bisect. That means this point here is a kind of a center point, right? So if I say O is the point of intersection between the two diagonals, then AO is equal to OC and BO is equal to OD. So as far as sides are concerned, we have given you so many properties. Now let's look into angles. Perfect. So if this is angle 1, it will be congruent to angle 2. So we can say angle 1 equals to angle 2. Why it is so? Well, you can see that there are parallel lines and this becomes a transverse line, right? Similarly, we can see angle 3 is equal to angle 4. So these are alternate angles. Correct. Now, that also means that angle DAB should be congruent to angle DCB, right? So that means the opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent or equal. Similarly, we can say ADC is also equal to ABC. You see, there are so many properties which we get into. One more I like to mention is what is the sum of these two angles, which I am going to highlight. So the angle DAB plus angle ADC is equal to 180 degrees, correct? So you see, there are so many properties which are there for parallelogram. Now, some important things which you should also understand is that diagonals do not intersect at right angles, right? That is very important. So in parallelogram, they do not. In rhombus, they do. Great. Now, based on all this, let's go back to our questions and solve them. So I hope no doubts here, right? Feel free to send an email on globalmathinstitute@gmail.com in case you want to learn directly from me. So let's take angle based question, and here we are going to learn some more properties, right? Great. So we are now going to combine algebra to the geometry part of parallelograms. We need to find the value of x and y. The angles are given to us. So as you can see, this is angle x plus y and this is x minus y. 130 degrees is given here, 85 degrees right there. Now if you use the exterior angle of 130 degrees, then you know the sum of two interior angles, that means x plus y degrees plus x minus y degrees should be equal to 130 degrees. Make sense? Well, some of you can also work out like this, that since this is a straight line, 130 when you take away from 180 will give you 50 degrees, correct? And then you can say the sum of three angles should be 180 degrees and then you get the same result. Perfect. But this is a very beautiful thing. External angle is sum of two interior remote angles, right? Let me write angles in this. Now if I add x plus x is 2x, right? So solving from here, we get 2x. Y minus y is 0 is equal to 130. And therefore, x is 130 divided by 2, or we can say x is 65 degrees. Makes sense. So we got x as 65 degrees. Now we only have to find the value of y. We also know that these two angles are equal, right? Alternate interior angle between the parallel lines, right? So as you can see, these are parallel lines we're talking about, correct? And that becomes the transverse line. And so we have x plus y equals to 85 degrees, correct? But x is 65, correct? Plus y is 85 degrees. And therefore, y is 85 minus 65 degrees, which is 20 degrees. You get the idea. So, we get the angle y, value of y as 20 degrees. You see that? So, that is how angle relations in a parallelogram can easily be sorted out. Hope it makes sense, right? Now, once this is given to you, you can also find the other angles. So let this be an exercise. I'd like you to find what is this angle, right? So that'll be great. So work on these things. Now let's look into another question which is based on the diagonals. So we just learned here we have a parallelogram, means the opposite sides are parallel, right? Great. And they're also equal. So parallel and equal, correct? And we know that diagonals intersect at a point O, equally dividing. So we know these two are equal. So that gives you an equation that is 3b plus 4 should be equal to 25. That means 3b equals to 25 minus 4, or 3b equals to 21, or b is equal to 21 over 7. Oh, sorry, 3, which is 7. Correct? Okay. So we know that value of b is now 7. Similarly, we can find from the other diagonal 2a minus 8 is equals to 28. 2a equals to 28 plus 8, which is 8 and 8, 16, 36. So a is 36 divided by 2, or 80. So we get the value of a as 80 and b as 7. Makes sense? See how beautifully, knowing the properties of parallelogram, we solve this particular question. You can actually watch this playlist with many more examples. And in case you want to learn from me, feel free to send an email on globalmathinstitute@gmail.com. our students are right there on the top. Now, let's take one more example, which is right here for you. Once again, we have a parallelogram given to us. So these sides are parallel and also equal, correct? Similarly, the other sides are also equal. We need to find the value of a and b in the given parallelogram. So let's write down the equations we have. We have 4a minus b equal to the opposite side of 24 and 2a plus b equal to the opposite side of 36. We can add them up. 4 plus 2 is 6, so 6a equals to 6 and 4, 10, and we get 60. A is 60 divided by 6, which is 10. So we get the value of a, which is 10. Now, let's say this is our equation number 1, this is 2, and what we get now is 3. So we can substitute 3 in 1. So what do we get? You get 4 times a is 10 minus b equals to 24. So 40 minus 24 is b, right? So that will give us the value of b. Let me rewrite b as equals to 40 minus 24. So from 10, if I take away it is 6, and from 3, I get 1. So now we get the value of b also. So our answer is b is 16 and a is 10, correct? So that becomes the answer for this particular question. See how beautifully we have solved this using algebra. So I'm going to now leave you with a problem to be solved. This is actually a challenge question. We are going to see the solution of this problem in the next video. Our playlist has many problems like this. Feel free to explore. We are given coordinates of 3 vertices of a parallelogram, which are A, B, and C, and D is like XY, right? So you need to find the fourth vertex. So in this case, I'll just draw a figure for you, right? Kind of like this, a parallelogram. Just a rough sketch. So where we are saying this is like A, B, C, D. So you need to find the coordinates of point D, which is XY. Perfect. So that is the question for you. I like you to answer this question. And in the next video in the playlist, you'll find the solution of this problem also. I hope it makes sense. Feel free to write your comment, share your views. If you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Thanks for your time and all the best.